to, but that means getting musicians and, you know, all these different nuances to the songs. I mean, I would love to play live. I think it would be so much fun. And I've done it before with, you know, just kind of cover bands and all that. Mm-hmm. Not to this extent, but, you know, I just don't think it's going to work out that way. So, you know, I'm just trying to release this stuff over the internet and, you know, hopefully it'll catch on. And who knows, maybe someday it will happen. But at this time, you know, I'm older and, you know, it just, for me, it takes away, you know, getting a real live band. It would take away from moving forward with the music and keep creating. So,
and the rawness of it.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but, you know, if it does, I would be open to it.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, right on. So we're going to get to a song here that you sent me a few days ago. This one's called La Funk. This is a vanilla.
Funk, let's do it.
Vanilla Waiver. All right.
Speaking that French like a fancy boy. Back in into the country club. Getting a massage with the vapor rub. Summer in the Hamptons. St. Louis. Living out brown. And ain't the shit.
Vanilla Wafer, Lay Funk.
Lay Funk, baby.
Hey, man, that was awesome. And you know what? It really reminds me of a band. Do you remember a band called Infectious Grooves?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Violent and Funky, right? And I have that album. And quick little side note, I actually picked that album up because I saw the video on Beavis and Butthead. And I saw it, I was like, man, that's awesome. And it was such a great album, too. And the funny thing is the bassist, the original bassist for Infectious Grooves, actually joined Metallica. So for I think the album is too little, too late, but
No.
but
I mean, see, I love funk, but I love to throw in the guitar part that really, makes you go, whoa. So, I mean, I like to make it fun, and I like to make it funky, and then I like to throw in some serious guitar stuff. So that's really the recipe for all my stuff.
well, man, you're hammering out those solos, and you're just tapping away, and it sounds really good, man. Like a really good tune.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, Lay Funk, I've had that written for probably 2 years, and it's been sitting, just sitting there, and I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? Just put it out, just
do it.
Just let it go. I mean, just do it. So,
Now, one question more before I give the floor back to Nolan and Catherine is, I know this is kind of putting you in the spot, but influences, man. Like who are just give us at least a few, like 2 or 3 if you can, or 1 at the very least.
okay. I mean, as far as influences?
Yes, influences.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I first started playing, I was like, okay, I want to learn from the best player that I know, and this was around, I don't know, 84, 85, and the best player that I knew at the time was Van Halen. So I really, I listened to their music over and over to try to learn, but then, I took some lessons, learned a little theory, and I didn't want to sound exactly like him, so I tried to take it in a direction that you can't compare it to anything. I
Right.
mean, there's a lot of great guitar players, and there's always going to be somebody better than you. You can just hope to distinguish yourself as a musician in other ways. So, I'm not the fastest. I'm not the best, but I just hope it fits for what I'm doing. And I always try to push myself, as far as I don't know, composition and
Right.
and guitar playing. I always try to push myself to be better, and I know there's always going to be somebody better than me. There's no question about
But
that.
I mean that's so no cliches. It's like saying that somebody always has it worse than you do. And whatever the cases may be. But you got to remember too is like we're in a different genre of music now. Well, maybe genre is the wrong word, but now it's a lot of it's DIY and that sort of thing, and so there's a little bit more competition, but there's more room to kind of stand out. So I mean, you still got to work hard at it, but it's not like it was before where they didn't have all this technology to work with. So it kind of gives you a little bit extra room to kind of play a little bit more.
I mean, I agree totally. I mean, there's so many great players. It's hard to, in different genres, country, jazz, you can't say there's a best player ever. I mean, there's people that are always going to be, better than you. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be,
Right?
and try to just make it fit the music and not worry about it. But you're always driven by when you hear somebody that's really good, you really want to push yourself to be better, and I still do that, even though I'm getting old.
Well,
I mean, yeah, there's kids that can, do sweep arpeggios or play faster scales or whatever, but I can't do anything about that. I can only do the best that I can do.
And that's all we expect out of you, man.
That's all. Yeah.
Right on. Nolan, Catherine?
Go ahead, Nolan.
Wave, I'd like to hear a little bit about your recording process. And, do you play through an amp or you plug the guitar straight into the board? How does that work for you?
For me, I don't have a lot of equipment, so I pretty much go right into the software. So, I find a tone that I like for the song. I'll mess around with it. I'll mess around with solos and how I want it to sound for the song, and I'll just go with it that way because I just don't have I don't have the equipment anymore. It would be great to play through a Marshall stack or a 5150 stack, but I just don't have the time for it. And music software is getting so much better that I'm pretty happy with going that way.
Yeah. What kind of guitar are you using?
I actually have a custom-made Strat. I only have one guitar. It's a Strat, but it has a Kramer neck, Floyd Rose tremolo, and I've had that for probably 15 years, and that's the only one I use.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, before I played with a Jackson, like a Marty Friedman looking,
right,
like a Kelly Standard. But, I couldn't get the blues tone when I'm playing with that like I can with this. So, that's really the only one I play with. I've thought about getting another one, but, like some players play with a 7-string and even an 8-string. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. I had a time, messing with 6. So, let them do what they're going to do with 7 and 8 strings. I'll stick with 6.
Run out of fingers.
Yeah.
Well,
an 8-string guitar, give me a break. Steve Vai plays with a 7-string, but, nobody's going to measure up to him. So I'm just happy to play with a 6-string and try to make it sound decent.
Right on. Well, before we get to the next song here, just a quick side note again, because you mentioned Marty Friedman. I was actually having a conversation about him because Buddy and I were talking about the Megadeth album Rust in Peace. And
Marty's an incredible player. I've listened to him since I was a kid, playing with Jason Becker.
Right.
Those guys are incredible players. Jason and Becker really opened my eyes. When he recorded his solo album, he was like 17 or 18, and then to be struck down by Lou Gehrig's, it's really...
Yeah.
It was like, what a waste of talent, but, what he did in a short time was amazing, and I just tried, I've definitely, listening to his stuff, and all those... 80s shredders,
right.
You basically what you do is take what you like and throw away the rest. You
right.
try to incorporate that into your, playing, and then if you don't like it, you just throw it away.
Well, exactly. And he was kind of like a Randy Rhoads, right? So.
Absolutely. That guy was a prodigy.
Yeah.
And, what happened to him was really a tragedy. That's wasted talent if I ever saw it, but, I respect everything he does, and he did and still does, and it's affected a whole generation of players. So, you got to respect the guy for that. Absolutely.
So let's get to the next song here. We're going to get to a song called Slip and Slide. This is Vanilla Wava. Dig this.
Right on.